Hey guys, so Realme is targeting young users with this phone, the Realme Narzo 10, considering its price, and of course, it is targeting those users who value gaming and design above all else. Besides a great processor, there are other top-notch specifications that make this phone a powerhouse performer. I'm Sumita Karir, and here's my take on the Realme Narzo 10. First up is design. I must say, for a budget phone, the design looks slick, the design looks decent and good enough. In fact, the phone is tall and yet narrow, which makes it easier for anyone to hold and in one hand without any effort. The back is ivory, which is slightly different from the ones that we see these days, and then you've got these vertical stripes running down the phone, better than the gradients that we see these days at least. The front looks slick, the screen is huge, like I said, the bezels are thin, the fingerprint sensor performs well, it's extremely snappy, and of course it features a powerful quad camera setup at the back of the phone on top left. Then you've got a power button on the left hand side, and of course the volume buttons here, so I can reach these buttons without too much of an effort. Let's now talk about display. Talking about the display of the phone features a massive 6.5-inch HD Plus display, which is crisp for gaming and video streaming. Bezels are extremely thin, and you've got a cutout camera in front of the screen in front of the phone, and of course this is a selfie camera. The phone is also protected by Corning Gorilla Glass for screen protection, plus you also get a phone case as well. As far as the performance of this phone is concerned, this is powered by the Helio G80 SoC processor, which is superior to many of the older Snapdragon specifications, Snapdragon versions processors too, and this one is targeted particularly at gamers, and this one actually has very well integrated graphics capabilities. Interesting enough to note that this phone is available only in one configuration, which is 4 plus 128 GB of storage. Now, both of which seem generous. I believe this is meant for youngsters in school and college and who want to buy their first phone and perhaps are avid gamers. So this is a pretty good configuration to have. The gameplay overall was smooth. The phone didn't get toasty even on extensive usage, and switching between apps was a breeze as well. It didn't get hung. It did not create any lag related issues. So overall it was fine. On the software front, let me tell you, the Realme UI is easy to use and is also packed with features such as game space, dark mode, riding mode, amongst others in its updated version, and that's basically to ensure ease for the user, although there is some bloatware and then there are some third-party apps that are available on the phone as well, but if you don't want to use them, you can remove them as well. Let's now talk about the phone's cameras. Well, it's the phone's cameras that show how a budget offering can still innovate and still do a good job with cameras. So overall, it has a quad camera setup at the back. You've got a 48 megapixel as the primary sensor. Then you've got an 8 megapixel as the wide angle camera. Then you've got a 2 megapixel monochrome sensor, another 2 megapixel, which is a macro camera. These are pretty common across all phones, 2 megapixel cameras. So it doesn't surprise me that it's a budget offering and still has these 2 megapixel cameras like all of these 4 cameras. And then you've got a selfie camera in front, which actually takes ample detail. I tried a selfie just before I started shooting this, and here you can see the results. This is what the selfie looks like. The pictures is pretty clean, it's clear. Then of course there's a little bit of blur in the backdrop as well, which makes it aesthetically appealing, and then the details are captured pretty well. The colors are rich, the colors are bright. In fact, some of the other daylight photographs that I took had a lot of detailing, had a lot of clarity and a lot of saturation, which makes the colors come alive on your screen. And then the one effect that I particularly like in this phone is the little blurring of the background, which gives it an artistic effect. Selfies, like I said, are beautified in the sense that they use some skin smoothing effects, which is just about okay. And the night mode was decent. Overall, it does well enough for casual use. Let's now talk about the battery. Well, it houses a massive 5000 mAh battery which easily lasts for 2 days. The 18-watt fast charger is another blessing which fills the phone's battery to the brim in just about less than 2 hours. At the end of the day, after using the phone for the entire day, using videos and yes, playing games for some time, I was still left with 30% of the battery life. Guys, Realme has injected a lot of fresh energy with its Narzo 10. Remember the splash that it created in the market when it was launched? Well, where it rates high is certainly gaming, battery and pricing for young people on shoestring budgets. That's it from me. This is Sumita Karir signing off. I'd love to hear your feedback on this video and the phone very soon.